Up for sale is my 2010 Audi A3. It's a 1.4 TFSI S-tronic 7-speed gearbox. We've got 17-inch 5-spoke alloys, 225, 45, 17. It's a 3-door. The car's had a full set of Brembo, brake pads all the way around. It's generally a very lovely car. It does have a few age-related marks. One of the key ones being this mark here. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but that's I believe it's bird poop that's eaten through the lacquer. I don't think it's worth getting it done, especially because it's a 2010 car. Come round to the rear of the car. There are a few marks on the bumper, but they're not too bad. I will quickly show you the boot. It has got very good boot space. It's also got the sunshade, which you can pop up and down, which is really great in the summer. Very decent sized boot, very spacious. Probably get 2 suitcases in there. That's the pop-up sunshade. Which all lines up properly when you close it. The tyres are in good nick, and they've got good tread all the way around. Alloys aren't too bad. Just try and get a better shot from it. The alloys are in decent nick. No curving on that one. None on that one. I think the worst one's the driver's side. The front driver's side. There's a little mark there. Yeah, it's just that one. I mean, it's not even that bad, to be honest with you. So I purchased this car from auction as a category M vehicle. It was repaired myself. I have the pictures of pre-accident damage. You could hardly even tell where the damage was on the pictures, but I'll tell you that it's had a new bonnet and it's had a new passenger wing. And it's all being resprayed on the front. The colour match is absolutely unbelievable. The guy who's resprayed it, you can't even tell. He's blended the door and you just can't tell. Even in real person, you just can't tell. I'll get on to I'll show you around the inside, and I'll talk about the mechanicals. So it is a really high specification vehicle. It's got cream leather, Bose sound system, automatic electric front mirrors, auto headlights right there. We've got a 3-spoke perforated steering wheel with flappy paddles on the steering wheel. It is an S-tronic gearbox. I'll get onto that in a moment. Heated seats, dual zone climate control, auto start stop, Audi concert stereo. The Bose sound system in these cars are absolutely amazing. Very clear, very loud. It's just a better shot of the seats. They're in not bad nick for the age. Central armrest. I'll show you the space in the back. It does have Isofix as well, so if you need to carry babies and baby seats and everything, you're all set. It's got a split folding rear seats. I mean, the leather's in really good nick. The seat has got height adjustment, and you can tilt it forwards and back, and you can bring it forwards and back. I will just start up the engine for you. I'll get into the mechanical side of things now. These engines are quite sensitive. It's the 1.4 TFSI CAC-C engine, double overhead camshaft, and it's got a timing chain. These engines are known to have timing chain issues, but this engine is perfectly fine. When you start it up, as I'll demonstrate just now, the car's been sitting here for a couple of hours. So when I start it up, there won't be any timing chain rattle whatsoever. I've also got OBD11, and I've checked the intake timing, and it's at the correct degree specified on OBD11, which is what the manufacturers have specified. So I'll just start it up right now for you, foot on brake. I think I've got the key in my pocket. Just a moment. Yep. So as you can see, the engine's cold. Nothing whatsoever. No rattling. Nothing. I'll go and pop the bonnet and I'll show you. Ticks over very nicely. The engine's been serviced with Castrol Long Life 5W30, and it's had a man filter as well, man oil filter. Those are the auto daytime running lights, which are quite nice. I'll take you back inside and I'll get into a bit more on the mechanical side. When I purchased this car, it was advertised as runs and drives by the auction. When it came off the trailer, it wasn't driving, it would start perfectly fine. Now this is a very common issue with the 7-speed gearboxes, and generally any of the DSG gearboxes that you can buy from the Volkswagen Audi group. The issue with the gearbox was that it wouldn't drive, so I had to take the gearbox out, and the gearbox was left at a automatic transmission specialist in Birmingham, and when they took the gearbox apart, they found that gears 1 and 3 there were teeth missing on it. So I've spent £1,000 getting the gearbox rebuilt. I spent £1,000 getting the gearbox rebuilt. They've inspected everything. The mechatronic unit looks fine. It's got a 1-year warranty, and it's got unlimited mileage warranty for the gearbox on the internals. The clutch looks fine, the mechatronic looks fine. The mechatronic is the part that controls the gears and what selects them. It's had reinforced forks. It's obviously had the new gears 1 and 3. I believe there was also an input shaft that was replaced. Dual zone climate control, so your left passenger can have slightly cooler, and then the driver can have whatever temperature they want. Good sized glove box, armrest, the locking wheel nut is in there. You've got cubby holes down here and down there, and in the back as well. You've got cup holders down there. So the car, in terms of service history, it was really, well, what I've got is really good. This is a printout from Audi directly. It was fully serviced by Audi main dealer up until 81,000, and because I purchased the car from auction, I don't have any service history between 80 and 98, which is what it's done now. But when I took the oil out and I've inspected it, it looked perfectly clean. I believe that it has been serviced regularly. The engine's beautiful, nice and smooth. The gearbox is immaculate now, it drives really nice. I'm trying to think anything else. I think it's got rain sensing, window wipers, aux input. I believe it has got Bluetooth into the dash, but I can't quite remember. I don't really use it. It does have S-tronic as well. So that is my Audi A3. If there's anything I missed, I'll try and include it in the description below, in the listing. And I'll just walk you around one more time whilst I try and think of anything that I may have missed. The gearbox is absolutely sorted. I mean, DSG gearboxes, they go into thousands of pounds to repair. You can't buy second-hand ones because the code has to be right and there's different gear ratios, and a new gearbox is somewhere between £5,000 and £7,000. The clutch, to get a clutch done, is around £1,300. So that is all done on this car. I've seen another car listed on Auto Trader where he's having clutch slippage issues. I feel really sorry for someone that doesn't know much about these cars who's buying that car, because they're going to be hit with a big bill when the car doesn't drive. And if you don't sort these issues out, the mechatronic unit goes, and that's even more money. All you need to know is this car is mechanically very sound. It has got that age-related mark just up here. There is just one more thing I wanted to add. So there is that age-related mark on the outside. There's also an issue with the instrument cluster on the inside. It's relatively minor. It will pass its MOT because as the audible telltale works, so the tick. It's just that the visual green light that comes on when you indicate doesn't come on. As you can see, it works for the left perfectly fine. It is an intermittent issue, so it does work. If you want to discuss that in terms of price negotiations, and we can have that conversation, you can get it rebuilt by a company in Nottingham, ECU Testing, for £130, which is very reasonable. And they will completely rebuild the entire instrument cluster. You can't just change the bulb, it's an LED bulb. Everything has to come out, the needles have to come out, everything has to be taken apart for it to be done properly. So I'm willing to have that conversation with anyone who's a prospective buyer and that's interested. That's just the fuel light, those lights go off when you start the car. I'll just show you. I'll just give it a quick rev. I'll see if I can record a little video driving it a bit later on. Thank you.
ادعي